The Nigerian internet space has been set completely ablaze over the last few days with a massive and highly sensational headline that has had everyone talking, sharing, and debating across every major social media platform from Facebook to WhatsApp. The headline screaming that controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi is in deep trouble, facing imminent arrest, and that the United States government is actively demanding an immediate end to Sharia law in Nigeria has captured the attention of millions of citizens who are eager to know the true story behind these shocking claims. For anyone following the political and religious landscape of Nigeria, the name Sheikh Gumi is definitely not new, as he has consistently been a highly polarizing figure due to his frequent interventions, his controversial public statements regarding national security, and his past efforts to negotiate with armed groups across the northern forests. Because of his immense popularity and the highly sensitive nature of his public commentary, it is very easy for news surrounding him to spread like wildfire, which is exactly what happened when videos and images suddenly surfaced claiming that he had finally been captured by international forces. The viral posts alleged that the United States military, acting in conjunction with the International Criminal Court, had dramatically swooped in and arrested the cleric at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja just as he was allegedly attempting to flee the country and seek refuge in Turkey. To make the story seem incredibly believable, the peddlers of this information attached highly realistic pictures showing Sheikh Gumi being physically led away by two heavily armed foreign soldiers alongside a video that appeared to show him in a compromised position, prompting massive celebrations from certain sections of the public who have long called for his prosecution over his sympathetic stance toward armed factions. However, when we pull back the curtain and look closely at the actual facts on the ground in this year 2026, a completely different reality begins to emerge, revealing a highly sophisticated web of digital manipulation and fake news designed to create panic and confusion. Extensive investigations and rigorous fact-checking conducted by credible organizations have completely debunked the entire narrative of his arrest. It turns out that the highly circulated pictures of Sheikh Gumi being escorted by United States troops are entirely fake and were generated using advanced artificial intelligence tools to deceive the public. Furthermore, the accompanying video that supposedly showed his capture was actually heavily edited and manipulated by combining multiple unrelated clips, including an old video from November 2025 where he was peacefully attending the Southwest Muslims Ulama Summit at the University of Ibadan to discuss economic and security challenges. The International Criminal Court has absolutely no record of any arrest warrant issued for the Nigerian cleric, and the United States military does not just randomly conduct unilateral arrests of citizens at Nigerian airports to hand them over to international bodies. When directly contacted regarding these wild rumors, Sheikh Gumi himself confirmed that he was completely safe and resting in Kaduna State, nowhere near the Abuja airport, and he mockingly pointed out that military soldiers do not handle civil arrests in such a manner. He also dismissed the rumors that he was fleeing to Turkey to escape the wrath of the United States, clarifying that his trip to Turkey had been planned long before any of these internet rumors began, and that he had secured his visa months in advance. This brings us to the second, equally explosive part of that viral headline, which claims that the United States is forcefully demanding an immediate end to Sharia law in Nigeria following intense international pressure. This particular rumor gained massive traction after fake reports began circulating that United States politicians had issued threatening messages regarding alleged religious intolerance in Nigeria, prompting international bodies to issue ultimatums against the Nigerian government. Just like the arrest rumors, this claim is a total fabrication meant to stir up religious tension and political unrest within the country. There is absolutely no official diplomatic communication, policy document, or public statement from the United States government demanding the sudden abolition of Sharia law in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What is actually happening in reality is a deeply internal and purely domestic debate that has been brewing for months among Nigerian civil society groups and human rights organizations regarding the application and expansion of religious laws in a secular state, Recently, several prominent advocacy groups have publicly raised the alarm over what they describe as the creeping state enforcement of Sharia law, particularly expressing concerns over attempts to establish Sharia arbitration panels in places like the Federal Capital Territory, Oyo State, and Ekiti State. These groups are strongly arguing that Nigeria must remain a strictly secular nation where the constitution guarantees equal rights for everyone, regardless of their religious beliefs, and they have been peacefully advocating for the limitation of Sharia to personal faith practices rather than allowing it to be used as an enforceable legal regime that could affect non-adherence or threaten national unity. The international community is simply observing these internal democratic debates, but they are certainly not issuing wild threats or demanding the immediate dismantling of Nigeria's legal structures, as the clickbait headlines would have you believe. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the real facts behind the most viral stories in Nigeria, and you appreciate getting the absolute truth without the confusing noise of fake news, please take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so we can continue bringing you top-quality factual journalism. Turning on your notification bell ensures you never miss out when we separate the facts from the fiction on matters that truly affect our nation. Now, digging deeper into why Sheikh Gumi continues to be a magnet for such massive digital controversies, we have to look at his recent public engagements and the deeply divided public opinion surrounding his activities. Just recently, another massive rumor spread across the internet claiming that the cleric had sent a strong message to the Kwara state government demanding that they accept Sharia law for peace to reign in the state. This caused a significant uproar, especially in a culturally diverse state like Kwara. But once again, fact-checkers had to step in and confirm that there was absolutely no evidence that Gumi ever made that statement. They scoured his official platforms and mainstream media records, finding nothing to support the claim, proving once more that malicious actors are constantly using his image to push divisive agendas. Despite these specific rumors being false, Gumi's actual real-life activities have not entirely been free of legitimate trouble and strict government scrutiny. For instance, many people might not be aware that the prominent Islamic scholar actually faced a major international setback recently when he was officially barred from participating in the Hajj pilgrimage and consequently was deported back to Nigeria by the authorities in Saudi Arabia. Although he had successfully secured a visa from the Saudi government, he was denied entry to Medina on his arrival, a major incident that he personally confirmed on his verified social media pages. While the exact diplomatic or security reasons for this sudden deportation were not fully disclosed to the public, it clearly highlights the fact that his controversial profile extends far beyond the borders of Nigeria and attracts significant attention from international security and religious authorities. The persistent spread of these sensational headlines about Sheikh Gumi being arrested by foreign powers or the United States destroying Sharia law serves as a very powerful reminder of the dangerous era of misinformation we currently live in. It shows how easily people can be manipulated by a combination of AI-generated imagery, out-of-context videos, and emotionally charged political keywords. The Nigerian public has a well-documented history of frustration regarding the ongoing security challenges in the country. Because Sheikh Gumi previously positioned himself as a self-appointed mediator for certain armed groups, frequently venturing deep into the forests to dialogue with them and urging the government to grant them blanket amnesty, he naturally became a figure of intense public anger. Many citizens strongly felt that his actions were not solving the crisis, leading to widespread calls for his arrest and interrogation by national security agencies. Consequently, when a fake news story pops up claiming that he has finally been arrested by a powerful foreign military or an international court, it instantly goes viral because it feeds directly into the deep-seated desires and confirmation biases of millions of frustrated Nigerians who want to see him held accountable. However, wishing for accountability does not make an AI-generated picture real. As responsible citizens and consumers of digital media, it is incredibly important to always pause, verify, and cross-check alarming information with credible news outlets and fact-checking organizations before clicking the share button. The reality of the situation in 2026 is that Sheikh Ahmad Gumi is currently a free man residing in Nigeria, not in a United States military prison or facing an international tribunal. And the religious laws of Nigeria remain a subject of domestic constitutional debate, not international dictation. By understanding the truth behind these wild headlines, we can better focus our energy on having actual constructive conversations about national security, legal reforms, and the peaceful coexistence of all citizens in our great country.